Welcome to another edition of Pharaoh Talk. I'm your host, Chosen Blakey. Got my co-host with me, Wes Anderson, with me today. Wes, how you feeling?
Man, football's back. I couldn't ask for much more than this. I've been waiting for months, and you know this. We talk about all pretty much every day. I was like, man, I can't wait for football season. It's finally here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we got a good taste last night with Buffalo and the Rams. 31-10 beat down for Buffalo. Stephon Diggs and Cooper Cup, and as long as Gabriel Davis as well, with notable fantasy performances there. So, did you have anybody playing last night?
Yeah, I had Stephon Diggs in one league. Gave me a nice little boost. I was playing against Stafford, so that combo set me up nicely for this week. I have Josh Allen in one league, so it was a good showing for the guys that I played, but I got a lot more this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing those guys too.
Yeah, I tried to get Josh Allen in our auction league, but he went for $40 or $41, and I just couldn't imagine spending that much money on a quarterback. But I did end up getting Stephon Diggs. I paid a $50 price for him, so I love that matchup. And I actually played against Allen Robinson, so I have a 31-point advantage right now. But as we all know, that those leads can be raced immediately on Sunday, so just a matter of how lucky you get. But if you don't do so already, guys, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Pharaohs. You don't want to miss our great sports betting content. Follow me at C_F Pharaoh and Wes at W_F Pharaoh as well. We'll be posting these Twitter handles at the end of this video. So, week one is here. We've been doing very well in college football, but we got to give the people what they want, and which is an NFL edition of our top picks, sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you sign up immediately right now. Type in our promo code Astro and get your first $100 matched. They have loads of pick'ems and daily best balls that you can do. It's a great site if you're looking to draft or if you're looking to get some spicy over-unders, whatever gets your fix. Make sure you sign up at Underdog Fantasy. So, Wes, I'm going to start off with you. What is your top game, or if you have multiple top games, what is your best NFL bet this Sunday?
Well, I think I got to go. Man, there's a lot of games I like this week. Definitely like the Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. Taking them, I think that's a surprise pick for a lot of people. Everyone wants to lean the Buccaneers, but looking beyond the O line losses of the Buccaneers and everything, the Cowboys just win at home. So I'm ready to take them. I like the Saints versus the Falcons. They won their last matchup on the road against them. I think it was 30-20. This is a Falcons team that's they're just not good flat out. So I'm looking to see what Jameis Winston and the Saints can come in there and do. But I like that game a lot. And another game, the Commanders versus the Jaguars. They're winning at home. Jaguars are losing on the road, so it's a nice little recipe there for a Commanders victory. New name, new team. Look forward to them probably getting a win out there. And then I feel like you got to go with like the tried and true. The Colts over the Texans. This is just a franchise that they beat on, and I think that we're going to see that again.
Yeah, 32-9 record for the Colts versus the Texans, 15-6 inside the Houston Texans Stadium. The Colts record, complete dominance, 4 games in a row against them. It's covered 4 road games in a row. 7-1 ATS in their last 8 games against Houston. There's not many data you can get past better than that, but that's the top one right there. The Commanders game is probably like my second or first favorite game here. Washington is 6-1 all time. Jacksonville is 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games against Washington. 0-17 straight up in their last 17 games on the road. You mix that with Jacksonville being 4-0 all time at home versus the Jaguars. They've never lost. You can't get no much better than that. Dallas, another very interesting trend with most people on Tampa Bay. But funny thing about Vegas is that they have this line at 2.5, which means it's a pick 'em. So you're essentially picking the winner at this point, and we're going to go with Dallas. 12-1 all time at home versus Tampa Bay, 5 times in a row at home. I don't think they've lost since 1976 or some weird number like that. Tampa Bay is 0-5 straight up in their last 5, 2-7 in their last 9 games against Dallas. You're taking Dallas here, spread and money line. You're taking the Washington money line here, and you're taking the Colts money line and spread here. Those are my top 3 games. But I also like the Saints, man. I felt a little uncomfortable at first because of Jameis Winston, but after looking at Jameis Winston's record against him, 4-5 all time versus Atlanta, but 3-1 in Atlanta, including winning the last time he played in that stadium as a Buccaneer, made me feel a little bit more comfortable, as well as the overarching Saints dominance in Atlanta. I think overall the record is 26-25 for Atlanta, meaning the Saints win this game here in Atlanta, they're going to tie the overall record at that stadium. I mean, they're 50-50, which is amazing for a road team to be just as good as the home team inside another home stadium. New Orleans is 6-1 ATS in their last 7 on the road against Atlanta. Won the last 7 out of 9 games versus the Falcons, 4 road games in a row. I mean, you're getting 5.5. That's a great play right there to follow up. What do you think about Cincinnati, Arizona, Baltimore, and Carolina? What do you think about those 4 games?
Yeah, this is some interesting games for sure. If I'm picking, I like the Bengals here. I think we haven't seen. I think the last time the Bengals lost to the Steelers was Joe Burrow's rookie year, and that was when Ben Roethlisberger was still there. That was the last time they lost. The most recent 3 games with Joe Burrow there, they've won, including the most recent one at home. They won 41-10. So I like that. I like them this week. Who else did you ask about? You said the Ravens. That's an interesting one. It's a game I like. I think, I like Lamar Jackson. That's my guy. So, and I think the Jets overall are just kind of disoriented. Zach Wilson's out. You got Joe Flacco. He used to be a Raven. Now he's played against them. So I think, that kind of bodes well. You got Harbaugh knows him. The Ravens know him. And ironically, the last time the Ravens lost to the Jets, Joe Flacco was the quarterback. So, whatever that means to you. But I think I'd take the Ravens in that one to cover 7. The games in New York, or I guess New Jersey rather, is they're a little weird sometimes between these franchises. But I think I just got more of a gut feeling than anything. I got to take the Ravens in this one. What else we got? We got the Panthers. Now that's one where the 2 franchises haven't played a whole bunch, but Carolina is 2-0 at home versus the Browns. They lost on the road, but this is a home game for them. I think also you got to factor in Baker Mayfield. This is a guy, and if you know me, I do not like Baker Mayfield. I have never liked him. I thought he was Johnny Manziel 2.0, and I'll continue saying that. But one thing he does is he loves to play in a big game. He loves the spotlight, whether it's a commercial or, throwing 7 interceptions, whatever. He likes to be in the spotlight. So I think this is a game that he's a guy that's going to get up and he's gonna come play, especially against his former team, who let him go basically for what was a 6th round pick or something like that. It was a late round pick for a guy who was picked early in the 1st round, and now you're gonna play them week 1. Like you can't write that a better storyline than that. So I think he's gonna get up for that game. I think he might punch them in the mouth, and he's gonna be celebrating on the sideline. You asked me about one more. Which one was that?
Arizona.
So yeah, this is a game. Me and you, we've talked about this one a good bit. I think I see your point of view. I have a slight Chiefs lean in this one. and my only reason for that is really just Mahomes. I think the last time that they played, Mahomes only played the Cardinals one time in his career, but he won. 26-14, I believe, was the last matchup, but that was in Kansas City. So not a lot of data from a Mahomes standpoint, or actually no data from a Mahomes standpoint in Arizona. But this game is it's a little iffy for me. It's not one that I care to bet necessarily, just with Arizona being 3-9-1 in their franchise history against the Chiefs. Granted, they play better at home, which would be the selling point there. But, like I said, slight Chiefs lean, but I definitely can see other viewpoints on that one.
Speaking of storylines, not only is Baker Mayfield playing against Cleveland in Week 1, but Deshaun Watson's suspension ends the week they play the Texans. I want to say at Houston. On top of that, this is why NFL is what they call the most powerful programming in U.S. history as far as a TV program. You can't make some of the storylines that are written in the sport. But I like Cincinnati a lot here. This is their fourth game that they're going to play now. 3 times they've won in a row, 2 home games in a row. You gotta roll with the Bengals in that one. Carolina, it's a slight positive trend here. Cleveland is 2-4 straight up in their last 6 against Carolina. And the Baltimore game is weird to me because I'm not a risky gambler, but I don't like superstitious weird things when Joe Flacco is the last quarterback to lose against the Jets, then he's playing against the Ravens. I don't like any of that stuff. The Ravens tend to play these close, ugly games in New York, and then they lost the last time they played in New York. And the last time they lost, Joe Flacco was the quarterback. I just don't. I wish this game was in Baltimore. I would feel a lot more comfortable with a good home cooking to Joe Flacco, but because it's in New York, it just makes me want to not take the game anymore. That kind of stuff makes me feel uncomfortable. But with Arizona, at least, they've covered 3 home games in a row versus Kansas City, 1-4 ATS in their last 5. Kansas City has been playing on the road, so I'm okay with the +6. Plus, Kansas City has struggled to cover big numbers. That's what we saw from last year. Even though Arizona has struggled to cover at home, Kansas City has definitely struggled to cover those touchdown spreads. And Tyreek Hill definitely in their offense is definitely gonna take a hit. So I'm okay with those teams. I was on Miami, but this is the first time they are a favorite, and so more often than not, the thing about betting is that we like to see as a unit, we like to see consistency. So we're all for Miami when New England's favored because Miami always covers and they usually win. But now that line has changed to where Miami's favored, so now it's like, okay, Miami can win, but doesn't mean they're going to win by 4 now. They could win by 2, 3, 1. New England can easily lose the game by 1 point, as we've seen several times in Miami. Those games can get ugly. So I don't like Miami's spread, more so that I'm okay with their money line. I'm not super happy that they're favorites, but I am okay with their money line. But I would avoid the spread on that one. San Fran is another game where I was big on San Fran. They are 4-2 ATS in the last 6 against Chicago. They're -7 this game. I think they were similar last year. I wouldn't be surprised if San Fran covers this game, but I do like to see more data in terms of teams when they're playing as a favorite or whatever they are in that arena. That's just how we like to bet. So, but just to recap, just to make sure we're on the same page, who's your top 3 games again?
Top 3 got to be the Cowboys, the Saints, and the Commanders. I would really say top 4, so I got to throw the Colts in there. So I think those are my 4 for this week.
Yeah, I think I can echo that. My top four is Indy, Washington, New Orleans, and Dallas as well, with Arizona is number 5 and Cincinnati is number 6. Who would be your last two games there?
Yeah, I think my last two I give a slight edge to the Bengals, just because the Joe Burrow history, and then I think at number 6 I might go with the Ravens there. I'm like you. I like initially first look. I like the Dolphins. The line came out. I think we got it at the Westgate. It's 3.5, and that just they should win based on what I've seen. They should win, but it can get ugly, and it can be, like you said, one of those 1, 2, 3 point games. And yeah, they win, but they don't cover, and that's not what we're here for. So, I would be more okay with the money line on that one, but still, as far as my top 5, 6 games, I think I gotta leave them out this time.
Yeah, and we will. And just so you guys know, we're in the Westgate this year. We are in the Survivor. And we're also in the Circa Millions, as well as the Golden Nugget in the Westgate. The Golden Nugget in College Hill or college. The Golden Nugget is a college and NFL combined contest, and the William Hill is a college contest. So our hands are full in terms of what we're betting. We're in college football right now. We have Boise State playing, and they're up 10-0. We need them to cover by 17. So hoping that Boise State can punch them in the mouth, or worst case scenario, get the money line. But I would like Boise. I think we bet Boise State on the side, so definitely want Boise State to win this game. But we are in multiple contests, so we are looking. We're going to be constantly posting our top picks and podcasts every week. Our top picks for college football will be dropping usually today, which is Friday afternoon, Friday mornings, and our NFL podcast, which you're hearing right now, usually drops on Saturday. So if you don't want to miss out on making money, make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Fantasy Pharaohs. And again, you can follow me personally at C_FPharaoh. You can follow Wesley at W_FPharaoh. Wes, is there anything else you want to add for the audience?
I don't have much more except good luck this week. It's gonna good luck in bets, good luck in fantasy football. It's finally here. If you're like me, we've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I can't wait to sit across the table, look chosen in his eyes as my team step on his team's neck all season long. So I'm ready for it this year.
Fortunately for you, you're not in any of my divisions. I don't think in any league, really. I think I play you in every league this year, but you're not in my division, which is fortunate for you because we saw what happened last year when you were in my division, whose imprint I had to leave on your shoulder as I climbed to a championship. Now, granted, you did win a championship in other leagues, but as usual, you didn't see me in the playoffs. You ended up seeing whoever you saw, and the rest is history. But you tend to dodge me in division type thing, which I understand. But this year you might. It's just a new year, man. I like my Mortal Kombat team. I like what we're doing. Stephon Diggs with a great start, and I just need the rest of the guys to show up and get this first week dub. But the good thing about fantasy sports is if you're going to lose, it's best to lose now, so you can go get all your waiver wire pickups. So I don't want to lose to the guy I'm playing against, but if I did lose, I know it's okay. So, guys, again, good luck on your bets, good luck on your picks, and also make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you sign up for Underdog Fantasy using our promo code, all capital letters, ASTRO. You get your first $100 match. Go ahead and sign up for a best ball for a live for week 1. Or if you don't like the best ball, go ahead and do the pick'ems for the over-unders. It's easy money if you're good at betting. You can follow my picks. Guys, thanks for watching, and enjoy the show. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.